off. If he does get good kicks, it's going to enable the jump, enable the Brewmaster to get the split off.
Maybe. You can still song it.
If you're still concerned about their damage output. I think that for me
on
is their
side?
On the OG side of things. Like, unless that Death Prophet stays alive the entire time and Warfling gets big, I don't think their damage output's going to be enough where they can actually kill off NaVi before NaVi can use their get out jail free card, before they can use the Song and the Siren.
That's a fair point.
How do you pick the Naga in the back lines until Morph has E-Blade pop? Or you actually get the long duration silence from the Death Prophet.
Yeah, that's true. Like, they will have trouble initiating in late game for sure, and they don't have very good disengages, so it's not looking amazing, but maybe their lane matchups will work out really well, and that'll give them the advantage they need. So it looks like they're moving around with the smoke. Both teams actually going to try to find some easy pickoffs here, and the first ward will be Urspray. Yeah, and he spots on LeBron, so LeBron will know that he was smoked, which should mean that nobody else gets caught on Navi's side.
You say that as Crystallize moves back to the tower. Yeah, but it took a little bit of damage, but it's okay.
A whole one right click, but they're not going to commit the
Jirax. Okay, rolling boulder. Misses LeBron. Here comes your Spirit Siphon, but this harassing the Disruptor down. Lil tries to create a little bit of space with Riptide, but it's like 6 armor on the Naga. They're not going to win that fight.
Yep, just going to slap a little bit. She does pick up a Orb of Venom, so those two heroes going to play a very similar role.
Is Jirax really wanting to go for much more here?
What's that for? Scare him. Intimidation stone. I got so many stones, I'll leave them in random places that don't matter.
This ward is that ward is toast. Just calling it right now. That Dire Observer was days and numbered.
I think he anticipated that Jerax had placed a ward as he hit the top of the ramp.
Yeah.
The spot heroes, so they'll grab
Which is funny because they come back and they put it exactly where it is. So yeah, General, hello, extra money, and even a quarter of a level to begin with. Not too shabby. And then Navi's aggressive vision. They've got one ward sitting in the mid lane. A nice position because it's normally where Jirax would roll from to initiate into Dendi, unless he wants to roll from like the Radiant side of the river.
Even if he does though, I feel like OD is a good hero for this because he can just banish one of the two heroes, and then for that disable duration, he can just walk away while one hero attacks him. It's way different. Right to the opposite. So S4 is in the safe lane here against a Razor with a Naga Siren. That's going to be a tough
They're going bottom lane. Paralyzing Cask and rolling boulder forward onto General. Huge amounts of damage as he'll go into the tree. Fly did couple off back and return. General, he'll be able to get into the trees and salve up so they do not end by getting the kill.
I'm glad you're here for us, Toby.
I got you, bro.
That helped.
We're watching 3 lanes at the same time. But yeah, that does not work out well for OG. That look, like at least they burn as consumable. That's an upside. Like fly cop damage for it, but it does show you the power and like at least the intention of OG. They don't want to let NaVi get comfortable.
Kind of sucks that Fly's gonna have to grab Cast though. It's not as good kill wise, but he's picked up 2 anyways, so it'll be all right now.
They're actually gonna rotate rotations.
Safe lane. Okay, yep. Lane rotate, full rotate. S4 going to the bot lane, and Fly goes to the top lane. That way they can actually lane against Razor. And with Maldic, they can actually threaten and possibly kill him, so he's got to be a little careful now if he doesn't see Fly coming.
Here's the next rotation already. LeBron TPs to the north. Jirax is preparing for a rolling boulder in towards mid. Then he does have the Astral Imprisonment, so rolling boulder out. No-Tail's a little bit too far back. He was with his creep wave, but not in the front lines. He doesn't have Spirit Siphon anyway, so it looks like Jirax is more posturing and trying to cancel the salve of Dendi. Who is down to 1 tango charge now.
He'll be okay though, most likely. I think should be fine. Regen rune on the bot lane. And the lanes continue as previously TP'd, so still sucks for Brewmaster. He's trying to get away from that lane. That's difficult.
They're paralyzing Cast. Maldic up on top. Beastmaster has already taken heavy damage, and here comes Jirax rolling boulder forward. LeBron's nearby. He's trying to get the revenge kill into Fly. It will not happen as Jirax does spill the first blood, and they will force LeBron out of the lane. He was just shy of level 2, so no kinetic field, no glimpse to help him.
So it kind of feels like this is the way that OG has to set tempo. It has to be like a Maledict into a rotation from Jirax. So he can maybe teleport into lanes based on the openings that Fly gets and always be there at the right time. But actually being in the lane and contesting and giving his offlane the typical dual offlane thing, I don't think that's going to happen on OG's side this game. It's going to be hard to get best on the bright side. This wave is pushed, so he'll be able to get like level 3, maybe level 4, depending on how things go.
They can at least get some of the experience, but NaVi are really dedicated to keeping this tri-lane together. They just moved it to the north after OG. Like, they couldn't pull on the bottom lane. That's why that aggressive tri-lane was never going to work, because the Radiant Observer would block the camp. But now General moves forward, acts to do some decent damage. They ensnare onto the Witch Doctor, and he is trapped inside the kinetic field. He got the maledict on general, but there was nothing much that Jirax could do. And Resolution, after copying that early damage, issue of being so heavily into agility, just had nothing more to give.
I'm not sure if they anticipated the Naga Siren rotating there, but they did have a safe lane ward on the pull area, so Fly definitely wants to fight here more if possible. Jirax is going to spot Lil, and vice versa, so
yeah.
In this tri lane, I'm not sure if OG is super happy.
Yeah, kick Lil up the hill. I don't think Fly and Resolution, like Fly and Resolution originally wanted to go on general as he retreated away from the tower, but the opportunity just never looked like it was going to execute.
Yeah. And it looks like Lil's going to block the small camp from spawning, so there's no more pull advantage for this tri lane. It's been a while actually since we saw a try versus try, but it has eventually happened in this game.
Yep. You at least still have the lane rotation, so it never feels like a try versus try all the time. Notel having more fun with Dendi.
Just kind of an even lane. 15 and 7 for Death Prophet, 12 and 7 for OD, so he's a little bit low on last hits. Other lanes are going well. Razor's got a lot. Morphling has a lot as well. So I think as a whole, I'd be relatively happy if I'm NaVi, though. I feel like they've had a little bit more lane matchup advantage. As long as they can prevent OG from snowballing like maledict kills with Morphling, then I think they're going to be in an okay place, because they're going to hit a better timing than OG will. Like, they're going to need Blink Dagger for Brewmaster to be really effective, and they're going to need Morphling to have an item or two before he gets scared.
You can see Na'Vi trying to bait it out. Like, they keep putting Lil so far forward, looking for that maledict pop, and they got it. It's over on general. Resolution decides not to waveform forward over the wall, and this means the double Riptide from Lil connects on Fly and Jirax. Jirax being the man to fall.
I'm actually really surprised that Morphling didn't go in there.
It's like Resolution's just like, I don't think this will work, guys. Because if you waveform, general's dead.
He would have definitely had that kill, especially with his adaptive strike pickup. I think it doesn't
maledict again. Now Lil, they're waiting for it. Rolling boulder in by Jirax, just controlling him.
So the negative with him going in was he would have had to use adaptive strike and waveform. And if general actually did have those wand charges, it would have been close. I think it was only level 1 maledict, so I think he decided that he maybe was going to get the kill.
Level 2 at the start of the fight.
But if he would have spent all of his mana and put himself out of position to just maybe kill the Beastmaster, that could end up being so bad. He could die, the whole game could be thrown out of whack. Instead, he just waits for the right moment, they finally get another kill, and he doesn't have to spend mana, so ultimately better for OG.
This was actually getting more CS out of the bottom lane than I thought he would. Probably helps having 3 S4s.
Yeah. It helps the supports left. I mean, he's obviously behind in levels, but the creep wave has been in a really good spot, and therefore he can actually play fully aggressive. He's got lots of regen.
Jirax balled up, paralyzing cast. It doesn't bounce. They try and kick him away. The rolling boulder out. Jirax has enough life. He's got stick charges available to Fly, however, his stick charges will not be enough to save him. Resolution was in the neighborhood, but could do nothing to prevent the death of his support.
Yeah, Orb of Venom making a big difference there. And Witch Doctor just doesn't have that much armor, so if he does get pressured like that, he's going to go down. So it's not the best situation for OG, but as long as Morphling has a good time, he's going to be happy, and they're going to... Yeah, here comes the
Exorcism. Oh, you're going to banish up one. Where is this kick? Witch Doctor took... Yeah, he was invis ruined up. That's why he tried to get the jump onto Dendi that way.
Was the cooldown ending or something?
I don't know. I only saw the invis up.
There was a teleport coming from Witch Doctor, but he was halfway through his TP. It was way too early. They had to go in like the same time for that to work.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe it was his invis duration or something.
Either that, they're just trying to pressure us so they can take the tower, because here comes Fly. You are using that nighttime vision, paralyzing cast won't help, because you still have defensive imprisonment. As long as Dendi sees it coming, he'll be okay. But he's not fighting this, so Fortification is the only thing that will slow it down. Top lane, Resolution and Jirax working on general. This time Resolution commits with the waveform forward. He's got 17 one-charges available. Now is snared up. LeBron wants to battle him. Jirax acts as Fly. They clip on the back of Resolution. But general, he's on the run, and Jirax rolling boulders into him. So it'll be a 1-for-1 trade-off. The Beastmaster for ES is worth it if you're OG. Meanwhile, on bottom, here comes Fly. S4 starts with a clap. He has the Brewmaster split. So the static link damage is still there, heavily up, but it won't matter when the Brewlinks do the work and crystallize. The highest net worth hero on the field goes down to the Brewmaster and Witch.
Yeah, that was really perfectly baited there. Put himself in a bad position, gets a perfect static storm off, but then the maledict obviously in the long term still hits for no damage, but power of Witch Doctor, man, amplifying everyone's damage. I'm sure General's really frustrated that Jirax was able to kill him. That was huge for Jirax, picking up level 2 now.
I think that he's really worried about getting clipped by those axes, but then again, General, the glimpse back made General believe he can keep fighting, and now General dies quick, consecutive deaths.
Every extra level that they get on OG's side is such a big advantage. Nobody wanted to be Trash CDs.
GG.
I mean, extra levels of Boulder Smash increases his stun duration, I think, by like 0.5 seconds or something like that. It goes up to 1 second instead of 0.5.
Then he could be in trouble here. Paralyzing Task will connect, so with a Maledict, and well, Spirit Siphon, he has to defensive imprison, buys time for TP support to come in, and it will be Lil arriving to the front lines with that Maledict already up so high. That's 3 levels in it. Then he should pop from the last one. Lil needed Song of the Siren to really save his mid then.
It's a good attempt. And again, Fly, amazing Witch Doctor, am I right? Like,
You're right.
He's making all these kills happen, man. 4 total kills so far. He's picking up easy levels from this. The safe lane for OG is going well now with Morphling picking up levels. He's got enough damage that he can actually deal with the Beastmaster.
They got a really protected mid lane as well, OG. Like, they're ensuring that Notel has a good start and is capable of ganking the mid thanks to the 2 Observer Wards, one down near the Radiant Ancients and the other one up in front of Roshan. So they see both the north and south entrance. They see this rotating supports, like as Lil walks over it right now. Like, he's bouncing down to the bottom lane, then he moves back, and it even sees the smoke of NaVi.
I mean,
as long as they're paying attention.
I guess they might wrap mid, but maybe they're also looking at S4. The problem is that S4 just finished his 9-minute Blink Dagger in the off lane, so this is going to be S4 grabbing a TP, instantly teleporting into lane, setting up another kill.
Fly's there with smoke. In fact, Fly is standing. He's now visible to that Observer Ward.
Okay, that could be really good timing. That maybe NaVi can take this vision.
They're actually going to smoke underneath that fresh Observer Ward? Yeah, they are.
So they just have to predict where this is going to go. I'm going to guess it's going forward. It's mid, yeah, against Dendy. But LeBron is not, he's moving really wide. Maybe he'll plan to TP, but maybe they'll just sit Dendy back, I guess.
One thing they probably wouldn't have seen, because it would have been so quick, is the Blink Dagger on the Brewmaster. So they'll know a smoke gank is coming, but they won't be expecting the jump.
I think it's possible, considering the fact that he killed the Razor and he left the lane at a point when the creep wave was like right by his tower. I don't think it'd be that bizarre to
Put
assume.
1 and 1 together, make 2.
Yeah. I mean, all he had was Brown Boots, Quelling, Stout Shield. Like, if he doesn't buy any transition items, the only reason he'd do that is because he's doing so well that he can get into a blink really fast.
They got the aggressive Observer Ward down. Gonna Spirit Siphon ulti from Notel. It was an illusion of Naga only, but it's enough to ensure the tier 1 tower drops with a catapult wave.
Yeah, like a skill build as well. I think maxing Cryptstorm is a little bit underrated. Big miss there on the tower kill for Notel, but with Cryptstorm, it helps your Maledict become much better. Spirit Siphon doesn't work that great against OD anyways. It's just gonna all work out nicely for him. Against General, though.
Yeah, the kick will go with the waveform forward. Resolution safe in front. S4 makes his way into. If they want to fight this one, S4 will be happy to oblige. He actually has the Brewmaster split, and they got all 5 heroes. It's the end of the exorcism of Notel.
Rezo turned into Beastmaster, but he ran out of mana there, so he wasn't able to do the Wild Axes, and he would have had to use his wand charges for that to work out.
That's fine, he helped win a Beast Aura for everybody else.
Pretty much a worthless but that's okay.
Well, they go bottom lane, rolling Boulder in, they got the Brewmaster split and Crystallize, just like before. Yeah. Except this time extra support from OG was brought in, Crystallize goes down, all alone with no one from NaVi to help him.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling when you're playing a hero like Razor, like Viper. You win lanes, but if people just aren't there, then it doesn't matter. And once in a while when they do gank you, you just get super behind. This has got to be really crappy for Razor to feel there.
Yep.
Just pressured, feels like nothing's happening. He's not part of ganks. His opponents are on him. And everybody else just seems to be farming well in OG. They're in a good place right now.
Yeah. Even Witch Doctor has his level 6. Like, I'm waiting for Lil to reach his. That's why they're giving him the bottom. Silence is on to Notel. They need to keep this going. Jirax rolling boulders up. But Denny turned around to actually put the imprisonment. But it won't matter when Fly's got the death ward. Very simple kill. Now the 30 seconds of the call from NaVi has to be on the sideline.
Yep, this is what keeps happening. OG looks and finds a hero and kills him. And it definitely helps to have Earthspare. I think one of the biggest benefits of him so far this game, yes, the hero is weaker on paper than somebody like Naga Siren in terms of trading, but he's able to get to these kills so fast with Rolling Boulder. Even if he misses it, he's there. He can teleport, he can Rolling Boulder full distance, and he's actually able to participate, but Naga has to walk there, has to plan ahead. It's easier for Jerax to actually rotate and react to some of these fights.
Well, Jerax is reacting perfectly thanks to this Observer Ward aggressive vision they've got. He knows he has to silence the disruptor or else Glimpse back will end up killing him.
Very sick.
And LeBron cannot reach the range. He does have 3 points up in Glimpse, but that won't reach even that far.
Normally you have to Glimpse like as he's on his way out, unless you have level 4. So perfect play there by Jerax to silence him and then roll.
Yep. Smoke up from NaVi, so they failed the gank. But thanks to the 3 observer wards which are currently down from OG, they see pretty much everything around the mid lane. They understand NaVi supports are gone. It may not help, however, because S4 incapable of blinking in time. He can start his TP, but it'll be completely pointless, even the raw general.
Wow. They really wanted that kill. At the same time they're going on Denny though. Big silence here.
Yep. He can defensively imprison. Fly's waiting. If they have to fight, they can. Like, he's got Death Ward available, but no one from NaVi is coming. They're just pushing the bottom tier 1 tower instead.
Yeah, I don't even think S4 is gonna be upset about dying there.
There's no time to spurt Exorcism and hit the tier 2.
I don't think I would do tier 2. Tier 2s are really dangerous to push with these small advantages. It's like you want to win a team fight before you push a tier 2 this
Well, they can fight bottom. Fly's already TP'd it early. Here comes your secondary one in from Brewmaster. Split is available because he died so quickly.
Oh, cool.
So aggressive TPs are difficult because you're up against a disruptor. So he'll just glimpse you back if you TP the tier 1 town, but they're going to give it a shot anyway. Brewmaster split is out, and Lil puts everybody to sleep. They're so grouped up, OG. They want to retreat back out. The Earth Ruling was slowing up General, so he cannot escape from this. As Durex rolling ball is forward, he found Crystallize. They won't catch Lil, but then Crystallize keeps the run going. The kinetic field creates some space. Disruptor's glimpse saving the Razor. But that is not what NaVi wanted to achieve by this bottom lane pressure.
I mean, that's way better than it was about to go. They canceled Death Ward there with that song. They canceled Beastmaster dying instantly and another person being followed up on. Like, that was not bad considering the circumstances. But either way, OG's at this point where they're just going to snowball their opponents. I love No-Tail's build. I feel like I wish more mid-heroes would buy Veil. They always buy 2 nulls and they're like, nah. Can't afford the extra 1300, not worth the money, but it's going to amplify all of his damage, especially against these semi-tanky heroes like OD and Razor. His team does magic damage anyways. They're probably going to grab an E-Blade eventually and Morphling. It just makes sense. Increases his maledict damage. It's beautiful.
That seems to make all the right decisions to help them fight early on, and then No-Tail sacrifices himself, right? Like, you don't have to go the Yule Scepter, you don't need the movement speed, you don't need any of that. What you just need is to enable your team, enable resolution. Yeah. And Rez has finished up the Lincoln Sphere. He's going to go in for BTs next, so he'll be a lot of side lane pressure. Make it a lot easier to join the fights when they begin.
Yep, super normal Morphling build.
And it's a tier 1 for a tier 2 trade-off, which is happening now. Aggressive Observe Ward from Jirax. They're already preparing inside the base before NaVi will be back.
Yeah, that one's sick because if you wait till the tier 2's dead and you put the ward, they're always going to predict it. But if you place it now, they may not anticipate it. Going to spot everything.
Well, he's pinging out to go for Lil. There's no song with the Siren, so OG are very happy to jump into the fights. There's nothing that really stops them. No-Tail's got a third of the duration left, actually even less than that for the Exorcism. There's enough where they can chip to tier 3 and cause some pressure. That allows the opening up on top. Rolling boulder in by Jirax. He'll get the double kickoff now. The Glimpse will pull him back a little bit further, but General trying to battle inside the storm. They need one more stun on the Disruptor!
Haha, if you had Yule's scrub. I'm just kidding. He went to manual build for it at that point. He took like a 1400 gold lead. Okay, maybe he would have had it. Who knows? But that's one of those moments where Yule's is really good. Secure TP kills is one of the best reasons.
He's got a lot of stuff. Like, even the adaptive, like, get anything out there. Jirax had to commit for his double stun at the beginning. It was just a smart time to TP out. Maybe not so smart for Denny to stick around. Rolling boulder in. They get the silence on the Denny. S4 with the kinetic field trying to hold him in positions. But the kick and silence catches both Denny and LeBron. Crystallize wants to get this fight fly. Sits in the tree lines. Denny comes back out of the impressment. Back into the death range. And this Brewmaster has just removed Razor from the fight with the Storm Ruling. The kickback, trying to keep the distance up. Allison Khan's going to bounce into the freaking Ogres. But this is a good fight for NaVi. Getting a couple of kills, now have an isolated No-Tail in the death tree. 4 heroes around him and a triple kill for Crystallize. He's out of the fight for a while, but he comes in at the end to clean up.
He just got all this damage, and then eventually they just out DPS them. Like, it was Morphling wasn't there. Brewmaster was using his ultimate to basically buy time, and if Wish Doctor ulti has been used already, if Maledict has been used already, like, everything was used to kill OD essentially, and OG just had to back a little bit earlier without having Morphling there and no Exorcism. So just a little bit overconfidence from their advantage this game.
So we need just a little bit more damage to get that early kill. That's all.
Or no, they got the kill, they just needed to leave. Because eventually the Razor was able to outdamage everybody, and they just got a little bit overkited by his superior mobility. I would say small mistake that led to a moderate mistake in the game. And I'm sure that
They're coming to kill Resolution.
I'm sure that
He
OG's
doesn't have vision on the hill.
scared.
Lil just starts the Song of the Siren. Morphling wants to jump out of here now. At least there's no stuns, but you've got the Storm, the linkage will break, and that is one very dead Morphling.
Huge kill there. That's actually so worth it.
GX was nearby to try and help out, but it was too far away.
And you know what's kind of crazy is I feel like that gank wouldn't have even happened if the OG players hadn't died in the mid lane. Because if they just don't die there, they back off a little bit, they retain map control of the enemy jungle, instead it's just Resolution solo pushing bottom. So that previous fight has now led to this place where NaVi felt semi-comfortable going bottom. They knew there probably wouldn't be that many heroes because 2 heroes had just respawned. Like they just lost a lot of tempo by losing those 2 heroes. And my thought was like, this is just slightly reminding me of the game where OG got really far ahead and ended up losing it at the previous major. So I'm sure they're feeling a little bit worried right now.
Yeah, might be the reason too why NoTail was sitting inside the Roshan pit. So Fly's already trying to prepare up a little bit of vision. The balls are down at the moment.
Yeah.
He's got an Observer and 2 sentries available, but it's really difficult against Beastmaster. Like, that Hawk is at 46 HP, and NoTail knows the damn thing is there, but he can't do anything about it. But this is their catch-up. This is the way like they change the tempo, right? Like, if Navi's got the momentum, they've got the laning presence. You buy more space, you enable the Morphling to actually jump into the fights, and he's going to want to. Like, he's on the way to E-Blade.
I would say it's okay to slow this down just because OG's done such a good job in the beginning of the game, and the heroes that they shut down, especially OG, that is not a hero that catches up super well. He's better if he's closer in farm, but look at his net worth. He's got barely more than a Beastmaster does. That's how many times he's been successfully ganked mid.
Naga's, like, Lil's almost got as much as he does. Yeah. Lil's already finished up now. Halo, Media Hammer, as well as Arcane Boots with a wand.
He's got some time to go before Naga is useful again. 50 whole seconds to be precise. I guess he could do a net into Meteor Hammer, but I think it's okay for OG to slow this down just a little bit, play a little safe play as they're even right now, and they just need to have a good fight or a gank and turn that into a Rosh.
Just let the Morphling continue to get further ahead. NoTail still waiting inside the pit. Like, Resolution needs to keep this middle lane pressured out. If he doesn't, then the Roshan's too obvious, and the Beastmaster will just send a Hawk.
I think he was also maybe waiting to break the smoke here. A lot of Navi here was missing. I think maybe he, like, if you look at the wards right now, the only ward that they have is the one in the Radiant base, I believe, the only OG ward. So they basically, they don't know where they are.
Lil. Fly. No, he doesn't have the vision. Okay, that killed illusions.
A lot of gold. No. Not as much as homing missile though. So I think OG just doesn't want to take this, like, get caught in this bad fight that leads to Rosh. That's it.
Crystalite just got his BKB. Like, this Raze is going to be so strong coming into the fight. You still don't have that pop damage from Resolution. He went for the E-Blade. He went for the Ghost Set before he finished up the agility buff.
Yeah, it is a little scary now. Well, basically, any fight that they try to start where they kill Razor at the beginning, it's not going to work. Song will come out, and Razor's going to be able to reorganize his position and actually lead into something. But they're not far away from E-Blade. Very soon.
Oh, Song of the Siren. They got him just as he waveformed. So the storm is down, the song turns off, and support Jirax rolls in. Morphling, he's surviving through this. They didn't do enough damage, and he'll waveform down. Now Exorcism and Death Warp will do the work. Lil wants out of this one, but he's already taken way too much damage. The Maledict will pop him if the kick didn't get him first. The rest of NaVi managed to bail out pretty damn quick from this.
Really good survive there. They didn't channel Meteor Hammer. I saw that. Maybe that's because LeBron popped his ultimate really early, but I think they knew they had to kill Morphling as fast as possible because that's right next to a shrine. No matter what happens, OG is gonna show up, and it was a good catch, but they needed a little bit more damage. Meteor Hammer hits there, that guy's dead 100%. So maybe just needed to commit to it instead of being a little bit worried.
And because you burn a Song with the Siren, now OG feel confident enough to go into a Roshan. 100%. It was the end of the Exorcism, which gave him a little bit of extra physical damage at the beginning, but now Resolution will have to do the rest of the work, and quite easily he can do that. Flyers nearby, he's got no points in regeneration. Support's on the way in the Naga Illusions, but by the time they get inside the pit, it'll all be over. Roshan, it goes the way of OG. Resolution, the man to hold the Aegis, the Immortal.
Yeah. OG is going to feel really good now that they have Aegis. Not only did they just have the Aegis, even if they don't want to necessarily force a fight with it, they just know that their opponents can't take it as a prize to guarantee team fight wins potentially. It's really hard for OG to win these team fights, and it'd be even harder with Aegis on top of that. So now I think OG's just happy. BKB's up on Death Prophet.
Yep.
No Tail will continue ferrying out clarity potions for the rest of his life, and they're going to be able to get more map
I think
control.
General's looking for a courier snipe round the back. He has to roar to get it, and then Boars and everyone else working. And they're TPing in. Wow, this could be quick.
Very close.
It's going to take too long for Jirax. But they do find one other target, LeBron. Fly commits the death ward. And that's a 3 killing streak, actually, ended of LeBron's. 310 gold for Fly.
Definitely a great courier snipe, though, because basically NaVi knows that they're not going to be fighting anytime soon because of the Aegis, so sees the courier, goes for it. Nice snake. So,
Get some extra cash. Necrobook level 2 completed on General. Didn't go all Blink Daggers. There's no jump in initiation. So let's watch this fight once more. So the song is up, but the TPs are coming in thick and fast.
He also used his Ghost Scepter right away as soon as it ended. So the Meteor Hammer does actually hit at the end, excuse me. Is mostly the fact that he actually just wasn't taking any physical damage at the start of the fight, was what it was. It would have helped for the Meteor Hammer to be upfront damage as well, except for afterwards, because at that point he was able to morph. So kind of like a combination of those two things. Ghost Scepter and then no Meteor Hammer.
Goodbye, Lil.
Maybe.
It was really nice knowing you. Silenced up, silenced up.
Okay, there's
just lack of the silencers on top. There's such a long duration control as well. Like that's like from the max silence it can be 6 seconds. Right now it's at 5. And then you add the ES into it.
That ability's so good. Silence. The ability silence, not the status effect.
Just in general, it's great to silence heroes.
That was cool. That's like a I planted award here trick. Watch the sentry. It'll come. Maybe. It's maybe too obvious.
This is when they got to put the observer ward on the bottom side.
Maybe too heavy.
Yeah, no, here comes the sentry. Sentry's coming out to crystallize. He's like, okay, I got this, boys. Ready?
And that is how you beat a carry.
Oh, there's nothing there.
Your net worth is wrecked, Crystallize. 100 less. Maybe he didn't buy it.
It's like, where is it? Where is this? Just where? Wait, are they?
200 gold.
Oh, he put another sentry. It's like he did it somewhere around here, right?
Dude, and the best part, that's like him just like wasting some time because he didn't have anything else to do. So he's like, maybe we'll get some wards out of this. And not only that, but like Razor was sitting there like, let me bring this sentry out. Let me put this sentry down. He could have done something. Space created, dude. Yeah. Creative way.
Oh, they know where not to put an observer ward now. Oh, LeBron, there's your 3rd sentry going down. It's too far out of range of the observer and sentry. 3 swings and a miss. Does this mean you're out? Like,
got no items. Yeah, I think he is.
Well, sorry, you just struck out NaVi. Resolution's pushing in the bottom lane quite nicely. His E-Blade is fully completed. Still got the Aegis Immortal, so I'd be very happy to pressure the bottom because NaVi's not there.
He just did the, is it worth waveform or morphing any of my allies this game? And it might be. I think Witch Doctor would be a pretty good guy to turn into free.
Here's Exorcism. They burnt the fortification already. Here comes Jirax rolling in once more. Are you going to drop another sentry ward for this? As Resolution waited out. The ensnare is on No Tail, but he's in the back lines. Very, very safe. They can't reach Fly. They can't reach S4. And Resolution's waiting for the right time. Pops into Dendy. So much damage. And the double silence. It's on to Lil. This will buy enough time for the tier 3 tower to fall. OG, how hard do you want to push this? Maybe not that much harder. Exorcism is running out. Might be a good time to retreat. The Glimpse and Ball has been used. And here comes Jirax. Yeah, it's safety. Kick No Teleblade to safety. Go for the shrines.
Really good move there.
Unless NaVi wants to chase, which they won't.
They just have to move together. And luckily, they've controlled that part of the map long enough that there's no observer ward, so no glimpse back, and they get the tier 3. Guarantees shrines. Guarantees even more map control. So, I believe Aegis is probably about gone by now, if I'm not mistaken. So,
40 seconds.
Yeah, that's correct.
40 seconds and it's gone.
But no Exorcism, and with Aegis almost being gone, this is the right thing for OG to do. Regain map control. Maybe they take another Roach, then go bot racks. Maybe they split push some tier 2s first. But either way, when they get a chance, definitely take shrines would be their main goal. Yeah,
tier 2 on top, and then that shrine as well would be perfect. But wait for Exorcism. That's another minute.
I think this is one of the best things about Morphling actually. Is he's like anti-team fight in some ways, in that if you're not careful, he's just gonna one-shot you. And when that happens, it's like, well, we don't need to win the team fight now because we're 5v4. Like, we're gonna win the team fight.
You saw how much damage he did to Denty. Like, imagine if he actually caught like a weaker here. Like, Disruptor just gets deleted. Hello, paralyzing cast. Everyone hold hands.
Like, Odie just has a lot of magic resistance just because he's really smart.
The Glimpse.
So if he nukes somebody else, it's going to be even scarier.
Witch Doctor does need the sentry ward. That's why his Limit Cape didn't protect him. But the silence is up, but the damage is too high from Crystallizer. Maybe not. Paralyzing cast back in. It goes into the Ancients this time. And up to General. NaVi's itching for a fight.
Yeah. I thought they were going to get that one for sure, but everybody in OG sits back. They defend him.
They don't want to fight yet. Like, Resolution's got BTs ready to go, but he wants that BKB coming on the courier.
I mean, look at his farm level now. He's so much farther ahead than anybody on NaVi, so...
He's almost 18,000 net worth and 13,000 of Razor.
Yeah. He's just on the trajectory where he's got BKB now, so basically any team fight, he's going to be fine. Unless he gets roared without seeing it coming. And then afterwards, he just continues to buy items that are going to help him kill. Probably... Scotty is pretty much always a mandatory thing against BKB heroes. You saw how good it was last game against OD. Same thing against Razor, just perma-slow him. Followed up with whatever the heck you want. I mean, Rezo can basically do anything he wants now for the rest of the game. What it feels like.
It's like Lil's going BKB, trying to break free of this silence curse so he can actually get his ulti off.
He actually needs to. There's too many ways that he can just be threatened. Same with E-Blade combo. If he gets maledicted and ultied, he has a song. There are circumstances he doesn't want to have to be forced down to.
G-Rex was in the neighborhood on the top lane for a very long time, but there was no one else for him to combo with. But you knew this was inevitable. Like, OG was just preparing this top lane. They don't have the vision up. That's thanks to NaVi having this Observer and Sentry just on the backwards hill to the east of the tier 2.
And that's a really cool thing about OG's draft with their two supports, is that both of them
No, you're walking into a sentry ward. You got caught here before. He puts in his own observer. At least gets the finish, but S4. That's jumping. Crystallized got his BKB off well before that. The Beastmaster won't be so lucky. Getting kicked up. Crystallized now losing that static link because he was on the Storm Ruling. That won't help. But on to No-Tail. That'll work. No, you'll protect him and take him out of harm's way. So Crystallized will pick up the double kill. Here comes Resolution. Waveforming in, but the BKB protecting Dendy. G-Rex looking for another quick kill. There's only the disruptor, but G-Rex so much damage. He'll get the magnetize off. So NaVi will have issues with that, but Resolution just has no more presence to damage with. Oh, they banished him! It was the last point of a second before that TP was going to complete for Resolution. He can easily pop somebody, but Lil just looking to dodge him with mirror image. No way to really get the hit, and OG lose 4.
Not the best way to start a fight. Walking uphill, going for the D-ward. That's such a dangerous place actually for OG to D-ward, because it's right between both tier 2 towers. It's a high chance that NaVi controls that area. And walking up like that, losing Witch Doctor right at the start of the fight, force him into this weird situation where No-Tail's forced to like gap close and eventually say like, all right, half his BKB's gone, I'm gonna commit to this. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, Razor has stolen damage this whole time and I'm actually vulnerable here and I actually can't live through 3 heroes. One of the negatives of his build, he couldn't buy himself a 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds with Yule. So
let's do it again. Fly comes up, there's the initiation, soaks up the Raw, and then that, like, they at least keep the Naga under wraps.
And they kept General a little bit on the Beastmaster, but he was already done.
No-Tail just seems so isolated from the rest of his team. The Song of the Siren, Resolution was asleep that entire fight.
Yep, as soon as he pops BKB, the song comes out.
Yeah.
And here was just like Resolution trying to get a kill before he dies. Maybe he should have morphed. I could definitely say that's fair. Even if you turn into like Beastmaster for a second, throw axes, turn out again, but...
This timing, watch it.
It was so
0.0. It was actually 0.0.
Dendy definitely cheated. That was obvious.
I'm sorry.
That said 0.
It did say 0.
Really close. Good banish there.
But it says 0 when it's between like the actual 0 and 0.1.
I mean, this is another moment here where it feels like OG should not be in this situation. They had this overwhelming advantage, and now they have to work it up a little bit again, and then go for it. Like, look at the graph. It's like we're winning. Oh, whoops. Okay, never mind. Let's win it. Oh, whoops, we messed up again. This one was more severe. That was a lot of kills.
Make it sound like, hey, I just walked into a bathtub. What? I slipped. Maybe I should get the grip back.
I mean,
no.
That's what it feels like.
Flipped again.
They are outclassing NaVi in most plays, but they're just having these small moments where they make a little bit maybe a little bit over-expect themselves to win the fight. Maybe it's some of their itemization things, but...
It just seems like when Resolution isn't the one starting the fight, this doesn't work. Like, Resolution needs to have that quick pop. Like, on bottom lane, he smacks Dendy down to like 15-20% of its HP. This is the way they want to begin. And this work. But when Fly just walked forward like that, and he's not playing in the back lines, there's no interference when NaVi initiates.
They also had Aegis there though, so it was partially, and NaVi's inaction was at least somewhat based on that.
Okay, there's Observer and Sentry down. They're looking for an opportunity. Lil, there's your quick silence. Jirak just wants to go for it. Even silence the Disruptor at the same time. And then rolling Boulder away.
His ultimate has a very short range actually. You need to be standing right next to somebody instead. Was hoping to knock them back, but found everybody was there.
They have to get rid of that Sentry. It'll reveal the fact that Fly's there, but it needed to happen. They actually knew, like, there's dire observer wards everywhere around this top part.
At least the tier 2's dead mid now, so it's a little bit easier for them to control there.
Oh no, Hawkeye died.
They still haven't killed Shrines, by the way. That's actually a huge mistake from OG. Unless that's just a map bug, but like they keep fighting around this one point, and there's 3 teleport points for their opponents, all surrounding that one point that they're fighting around.
They damaged the bottom shrine. It was funny because they backed out the bottom lane, like after they took the tier 3 tower, they started doing damage to it, and then they all walked off.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, okay, we're not going to stick around for this.
It's really scary to commit. The only hero on their team that can actually kill shrines easily is Morphling. It has to be Morphling. And I'm sure Rez has been busy pushing lanes, trying to farm items, you know?
This is still reaching that point, like I was mentioning it during the drafting phase, whereas my issue with the OG draft was actually getting to this point, but they're reaching it, where Resolution is just so damn powerful that he will actually do the physical damage required to get through the NaVi lineup after they use all of their disengages from NaVi. So the only thing that has to happen is Fly as well as Jirak create a lot of pressure, a lot of distraction. Oh, Fly! Oh, he's almost dead! They sentry watered him down, put it down the storm. Well, first shot to low from 1.1k. General's already got the double kills. They've moved it up to 1 and 2. The fire effects are coming in from Fly, but you've lost. Don't tell you've lost S4. Resolution. How strong is your back? Roshan is actually stuck on the wall and getting kicked out. Fly with the dive back. They're waiting for this, but it's all Roshan to NaVi. Nothing will stop it. Aegis and Cheese is out. And they are coming to push down the mid. Even an MKB for the Razor to boot.
Toby, they bumped into their bathtub again.
Oh, God.
Oh, not a good way to start a fight. They felt confident going for Roche, but all of a sudden...
Oh, Korea sniped Jirak. No. No, he's too busy cutting the wave.
Yeah, he wants to cut the wave, but there's a full creep wave here. They just... The only thing they still have is Brewmaster ulti. They pop BKBs. There was like 3 crucial losses there. Witch Doctor dying right away. Brewmaster did not get his ulti off. Death Prophet died like instantly. There's actually like too much physical damage on Navi's side. Like No-Tail's build was actually the wrong thing this game, I think. The BKB has not actually benefited. He needs like a Shiva's there or something.
Something to survive. Jirak tries to create space. Silence doesn't kick. Here comes your TP. Death Prophet to the front lines. In through the back. It's going to be the Brewmaster split. This is OG's chance to potentially turn this fight around. LeBron, he'll come out of the imprisonment. Jirak's doing his job to kill him off. Because they've separated out. Someone kill LeBron. Okay, the Storm ruling and Jirak will finally do it. But Resolution trying to combine together with the N4 ruling. And the E-Blade won't be enough because she got the help to come back and crystallize his cheese. So Resolution, man up. Who is stronger? He's got more time to hit. He's got no damage. It's negative almost 300. Resolution gets help from Jirak. Oh boy.
He's like, oh yeah, I can turn back from this guy that has a ton of health. Yeah. He never used static. What's he doing? All right, Rezo is not ready to play Morphling. That is like, that should have been like the first thing he did was like, I'm gonna link you, then turn back. Because if maybe he thought he clicked it or something, because he was fighting him the whole time. That was insane. You should not be taking that fight if you're being static linked. He's gonna out damage you until you get your nukes in. And he had like 3 full seconds to go. So the fact that he must have thought he linked him or something. That's the only thing that makes sense to me there. Yeah. He probably canceled his animation, didn't realize like, oh crap, I haven't stolen any damage yet. That's why I'm not killing him.
Well, we swing the momentum back the other way. It seems only a minute ago because it was that OG were losing their full mid racks. Then he jumps forward, Resolution, a quick wave, form away. Does NaVi's BKB up yet? That's 10 seconds till it is up and running. Death Prophet has his, but Exorcism, it's going to be enough time. They jump in, they kick the E-play pop. No! Summon the siren! 5 heroes are caught! Turn up the storm! It's an absolute nightmare with the media hammer connects as well. OG, they actually have the sustain. They're living through this. They turn on the voodoo restoration, the magic that you do, and they've even jumped down to the bottom. They want Dendy, Deathward and Maledict, but Rob will come. Deathward, no he won't. He'll cancel the off flies attack, and Dendy, a quick blink. He's into the trees, starting his TP out. Last Maledict pop is going to be close, but he's back to the base and regenerating quickly. Bottom lane, resolution. He'll have to actually get out there, able to do so. The BKB duration is over. S4 trapped inside the base. Crystallize is just all electrocuting him down. He's got the Earth Ruling left. It's going to take too long before it gets back into it, so Brewmaster will drop. But they claim that melee racks on bottom of all of the lanes.
Man, that Meteor Hammer fight, that's what OG has been waiting for all game with their items. All BKBs, Glimmer Cape, Yules on Earth Spirit, that didn't even matter. It looked terrible, but then they're all just like, oh, we all have solutions. It's 3 BKBs, boom, easy, no problem.
Let's see it again. So it looks like a fantastic start from OG. They see Dendy, he's a great jump in, and then Lil. Everybody looks tired, and they wait.
5-man Meteor Hammer, but 3 BKBs, Yules to disable most of the damage, and Glimmer. No problem at all. OG's been building for that moment all game, and they're losing fights in different ways that they don't expect. I think they just thought, like, man, Song into Disruptor ulti, as long as we beat that, we're fine. But they're just taking these fights they think they can win, and NaVi's beating them. But not that last one.
It's interesting to see, like, is there any other item you would even go on the Morphling? He's still going to finish up his build with the Butterfly. I mean, the only reason I say is because you got the Monkey King bar on the Razor. Are you still okay with it?
I think so, because OD does not want to buy an MKV. Razor can buy it, but he still has to sap damage to be a threat. But OD is not, like, you can buy MKV and OD now, but you'd still much rather have a Side of Ice or a Shiva's Guard or something. So absolutely worth it. Huge damage amp, tons of attack speed, lots more armor. It's definitely worth it.
Oh, Resolution being the man he really wants to be. 224, almost 25,000 in the net worth. This game, though, there's not that much between the two teams. Like, we're sitting in 2K. Even the experience is around 4,000. This game is close. NaVi has the mid lane advantage. OG has the bottom. I'm actually wondering still who has the better chance here, because, like,
yeah, I'm not sure.
Because when you've got the BTs on Resolution and that bottom lane continues to push in, it won't take much for him to just jump through the bottom lane and bounce into mid and get that second lane of rack. So how does NaVi control that? Like, how does NaVi actually punish Resolution if he attempts such a thing?
They got Disruptor, they've got Beastmaster, they have some solutions. They've got Song and the Siren, they have a lot of ways to catch him. But that is certainly a way that OG could try to exploit this game, is split pushing. Even Jerix, for example, I just checked that talent. He's got the 200 rolling boulder damage at 15. He can rolling boulder twice within 4 seconds and kill an entire creep wave. It's actually really easy for a lot of OG's heroes to split push right now. So that's definitely a place where OG's got a nice advantage, especially because there's so many uncovered barracks, even though they've been racks themselves.
Lil's very close to his next big item. So Song of the Siren was fantastic for him last time. He's going Aghanim Scepter, and he's 80 gold shy of it. His illusions up on top were actually getting him a large amount of that cash. Resolution. Yep, there goes your Lincolns. They tried to. Oh, actually, yeah, they did. They got the glimpse off Resolution. Not BKBing to protect. He's waiting it out. Here comes your kick. The E-play pop goes into OD. But he's very happy to fight. NaVi, that's a good high ground observer ward. Lets them actually see OG and what they're trying to fight.
Very safe on their BKBs there. Seen a lot more patience out of that lately from pro teams. I'm not sure necessarily what the shift was mentality-wise, but they are saving those things if they don't need to use them. Whereas in the past, people would be like, I don't want to die. That's more important than losing my BKB. Now they save both. Maybe because more people are willing to use buybacks is probably why. BKB is in some ways more important than dying twice. Or dying once and dying. So, interesting so far. But good map control for OG. I feel like they have the upper hand here just because it's easier for them to get kills between E-Blade stuff. Morphling is quite probably, I think it's safe to say Morphling is top 5, maybe top 3 late game carries in the entire game, just because of his variety of what he can accomplish in terms of physical damage, magic nukes. He just killed an entire creep wave with one adaptive strike, so you want the +2 adaptive perk. Interesting choice. Haven't seen that often. +2 multi-shot adaptive. It's either that or it's way more Cartus. And now he just one-shots entire neutral, while also doing potentially like 400 magic damage. Wait, it's way more than that. Oh god, it's so much damage. He does like 1,000 magic damage with adaptive strike right now. That's actually so insane.
Nice here.
Yeah, does
Here comes
1,000
NaVi.
damage.
We'll see if they can find such a beast. The illusions are scouting out a lot of positioning here of OG. Flight actually just uses paralyzing cast too. But NaVi, they throw the wild axes from inside the trees. No. You took too much damage already. It's a double damage rune into resolution. They want to fight now, OG. There's the jump in. S4 goes with the Brewmaster split, looking for the stun. Crystallized very quickly away. Protected by the Glimmer Cape. There's the Storm Brewing, moving quickly and fast. What's he going to find? He finds Dendy. He finds a lot of things, but they're not going on anything because they're all looking in towards the mid lane. Resolution fighting the backdoor regeneration with that double damage rune, and now they roll back out again. You cancel the TP, but S4 does his own TP out. The Glimpse will stop him. He will not survive. Resolution cannot get over in time. Crystallize is nearby. Resolution, Lincolns for Lincolns. They can wave forward. Wow. LeBron just gets evaporated. But Notel has to BKB, breaks free, goes after Dendy. Lil turns on the Song of the Siren. They want to get that extra regeneration in as well. Crystallized continues to run away from the exorcism of the Death Prophet.
Well, they cleared the creeps at least, and 1 for 1, not the best for OG. If only the creeps were there, they definitely could have taken the racks with the double damage, but they instead went back to what S4 had caught. It looks so good. S4 bought time, they were able to hit barracks, and there's no creeps there, so they go back and commit to the fight, but S4 died for it. Not the best circumstances.
They can look towards Roshan. So Song of the Siren is down for 50 seconds. Roshan will respawn in 30 seconds, so they'll have a 15-second window.
They also have no exorcism, so that's kind of just a disengage is what it feels like here for OG.
It's going to be all on the Morphling, but Morphling, he's buying out for this. Like the buybacks are not available for the Morph right now.
Just one shot on Ancient Camp. That was pretty good. Every 10 seconds, not bad. I mean, he's 6-slotted.
Have you found your new build for pubs, have you, Kevin?
No, I mean, I changed Morphling a lot right when he got changed. Previous. I was ahead of the meta for once, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
But it's okay.
More credit where it's due.
He's got great items. He's basically just, what, 49 armor? It's okay. Pretty good amount of armor. Not bad.
Hey, you can have a little bit more once the Assault Cuirass gets completed on the Brewmaster.
True.
That's what he's going in for next.
That'll be a while. They just need to find good team fight starts. They tried really hard to start that fight because of the DD. That's why S4 forced it so hard, but unfortunately the blink comes out. They still try to force it, still doesn't work. It was a hard position to be in for them. But either way, I still feel like they're farming well. Those two items are really scary though.
Nullifier and Scythe?
Yeah, Scythe on Beastmaster looks amazing. That's a roar into Hex. Potentially, if they find somebody.
That's a fun item on Jirax too. You've actually got yourself a Heaven's Halberd. This can become more important considering how early those BKBs will arrive. So, like, Crystallize is down to a 5-second BKB, and Dendy's got a 7-second. They jump in, Resolution roared up. They're going to keep pushing him away. Glimmer Cape protection too, as the BKBs are there. Song of the Siren. Lil jumps in deep. They want to isolate Notel, but now they have to turn off the Storm because they're isolating themselves. The Storm is down, but the damage from Resolution is so big. Crystallize can't survive this. Resolution, he just stands all ground, killing off almost all of NaVi. He can't get the triple kill because Fly took out Dendy. But they're going in deep, no buybacks available, and this is going to be serious damage to the base of NaVi. Unless Jirax gets himself killed, he entices General enough to stick around, and there it is. GG is called, and OG, it's been going back and forth, the tussle, but finally Resolution is able to stand his ground in the fight, and NaVi don't get the advantage.
That was an uphill battle for OG, and it really shouldn't have been.